All right, so let's start with the big story that we are tracking on Beyond. And this, of course, has to do with the low-intensity blast that took place near the Israeli embassy in the heart of the national capital in New Delhi. Now, remember, this low-intensity blast is now being treated as an incident of terror. And according to reports that are coming in, there was an envelope that was found from near the site of the blast, which had the name of the top Iranian military general, Qasem Soleimani, and also the top nuclear scientist, Mohsen Fakhrizadeh. And remember, both these individuals were assassinated. One in Baghdad, that is, Qasem Soleimani was assassinated in Baghdad via a drone strike by the Americans last January. And later, there was also the assassination of the top nuclear scientist, Mohsen Fakhrizadeh, who was assassinated just on the outskirts of Tehran.
The United Nations Secretary-General says he is watching events in Myanmar very closely following reports the country's military may be preparing a coup. The military claimed the recent elections, which delivered a landslide win for Aung San Suu Kyi, were fraudulent. More than a dozen embassies are urging the army to respect democratic norms. Myanmar's military chief says the constitution could be revoked in some circumstances. Myanmar expert Professor Monique Skidmore says the military is seeking to stop anything that might undermine its power.
There has been no evidence presented that over 8 million votes were fraudulently cast in the November 8 poll. There's just simply no evidence been shown, and that's why the Union Electoral Commission has refused to investigate it.
Based on the temporary advances TAs located during our investigations, a total of 48 million rand was paid under Project Wave, which includes this 20 million rand payment to Africa or African News Agency. It should be noted that numerous payments and documents are missing from the financial records available.
I would partially agree with that statement, but there is further information that was attached to some of these TAs, which actually gave a list of the individuals employed by ANA that were paid by us. So that has been submitted, I think, to the Commission.
A statue of Mahatma Gandhi was vandalized in the city of Davis in the US state of California, sparking outrage among the Indian-American community. The 6 feet tall, 294-kilogram statue was found sawed off from the ankles and with the face severed, lying on the ground early morning on January 27th by a park employee. The Indian community there wants it to be probed as a hate crime. The Davis Police Department said it was taking the matter seriously, seeing as Gandhi is a cultural icon. The police have still found no culprit or motive behind the vandalism. The statue of Gandhi was donated by the Indian government to the city of Davis and was installed by the city council 4 years ago. Anti-Gandhi and anti-India organizations had vehemently opposed the installation then.
The government and Canada's main airlines have agreed to suspend service to sun destinations right away.
In a race to clamp down on coronavirus amid fears of more contagious variants, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau on Friday announced tough new travel restrictions, saying this is not the time to be flying.
Air Canada, WestJet, Sunwing, and Air Transat are cancelling air service to all Caribbean destinations and Mexico starting this Sunday up until April 30th.
And for those who can still fly to Canada, they'll have to budget for a stay at a hotel.
This is a scene that plays out every day in Mexico. Each time, it's a different family saying their goodbyes to a loved one lost to COVID-19. Over the past month, the death toll in Mexico has risen dramatically, and on Thursday, the country overtook India for the third highest coronavirus death toll in the world. In the Mexican capital, hospitals are nearing their occupancy limits. Many are already full.
For months, Mexico City ambulance drivers have been reporting difficulties finding hospitals with available beds. Now, 11 months into the COVID-19 pandemic, many fear the public health system is nearing collapse.
This week, Mexico's President Andrés Manuel López Obrador tested positive for the virus and has since been out of the public eye.
The fear of new coronavirus mutations is real in Germany. It's also one of the main concerns for German authorities. To prevent them from spreading fast in the country, the government has now announced new travel restrictions. The Interior Ministry has imposed an entry ban until the 17th of February for travellers from countries that are particularly affected by them: Brazil, Ireland, Portugal, South Africa, the UK, Lesotho and Eswatini. Mutations have not hit Germany as hard as other countries, but already a hospital in Berlin was forced to halt admissions after several cases were found of the mutation first discovered in Britain. And health officials are stressing that the situation could deteriorate.
US-based biotech firm Novavax has said that its vaccine has proven to be 89.3% effective in large-scale UK trials. UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson welcomed the development via Twitter. The Prime Minister thanked all the volunteers who participated in the trials and said that the British medicine regulator will now assess the vaccine. The Novavax jab is the first vaccine to be proven effective against the existing mutant variant present in the UK during trials. However, the experimental vaccine did not show the same results against other variants. Novavax also reported 60% efficacy against the highly transmissible South African strain. And talking about the South African variant, the United States has also reported the presence of this highly mutated strain in the state of South Carolina.
Former military site in Folkestone in Kent now being used as temporary accommodation for asylum seekers, and it follows a mass fire breaking out within the facility. We were seeing quite dramatic scenes of smoke bellowing, fire alarms going off, and even property being damaged. Now, the motivation behind all of this isn't yet clear, but it does follow some rumours throughout the day that actually there would be no more transfers out of Napier Barracks. Well, the fire lasted for around 2 hours. After about an hour or so, the fire services did manage to get to the scene, and they were assisted by the police as well. Now, the fire is fully extinguished at this point in time.
Allee, dat trot er nog uit. Van Eindhoven.